move on, but you can't. You don't know what decision to make. You don't know how to move this forward. You don't even know what it is you really want or how to comprehend the next step forward. You know that there's something ahead of you. You know that there's something more that you want. There's something more that's made for you, but you can't quite grasp the strategy to get there. You can't quite seem to see it. You can't quite seem to think it. It's causing a stagnancy. It's causing a block around what it is that you're able to give to the world. It's closing your energy up. This stuckness or this inability to fully move forward is causing a stagnancy in your energetic field. And it's flipping what should be a process of creating, of like building and creating wealth for yourself. It should be building a foundation of wealth. But even that isn't really working. Every time you try to put in foundation stones, something goes wrong, they don't match up, they crack, something is like not actually, the foundation is not being built. And there's this deep desire, this ongoing desire for connection and for reciprocity and for like a beautiful, pure, heart based way of living that is focused on relationship, focused on relational bliss. And that doesn't necessarily mean in romantic terms. This is like a relationship you want to have with yourself and with the world. You want to be able to show up in the world in this way that is so pure hearted, so giving, so open, to be able to trust the world, to be able to trust that you can show up in your full vulnerability and your softness and then be met with kindness and be met with understanding and also with appreciation. You desire to show up in this way that is pure of heart, and then to have other pure of heart energy meet you, whether that's just from the universe itself or from other people. You want to be able to have that reciprocity back, come back to you with equal purity, with equal good intent. But the thing is that the world hasn't necessarily, it's not feeling like that right now. And so there's this rigidity that's happening, this block that's happening around your energy, around what you're feeling like you can, how you fully can show up in this easeful way. You're feeling like you can't, you're feeling like it's not safe. And that's because you've tried in the past, you've gone for things, you felt like you have been angling yourself towards what it is that you're meant to do or where you're meant to go, and something just hasn't happened. It just hasn't worked out. Either the path has led you astray, or something has got in the way, or something fell through, or there was a calamity, there was some kind of thing that occurred that stopped the way through, that stopped the progress. And so what stays, what remains, is this pureness, this desire, this intent, this, you have a pure heart. Your heart is clean. Your intent is clean, meaning it doesn't have these like, it doesn't have motivations that are based on self-servingness or even self-effacingness. I'm hearing for some reason. This is actually just about pure, honest connection. That's all you ever want to do. And I think this happens in all aspects of your life. This is like the purpose of your life, the meaning of your life is to do this heart-centered, pure heart-centered connection. It's healing. You're a healer. You're a healer for others. And you know you're a healer for others, but it's this very, very instinctual, whole knowing. It's an encompassing understanding of who you are. And it's not arrogant. It's actually very innocent. So there is a maturing process that's happening right now where you're turning into someone who understands who they are and what they can do and what they're here to do, but actually learning how to bring that to the world in a way that actually allows them to be seen properly and allows them to be taken seriously. Because I think up until this point, you have this desire for this mature, healing kind of experience of your being in the world, of being yourself in the world and others understanding that. But there's been a kind of almost immaturity, which doesn't mean you haven't been worthy. It's just the way that people perceive you. The way they perceive you is almost childlike rather than someone to be taken seriously. And that could be maybe because of how much you know, or like how old you are, or what you look like. It's some kind of underestimation. People are underestimating you. So now what's happening, and honestly, that has caused there to be quite a lot of hurt and harmful things that have been said, or hurtful things that have been said or experienced on your end. You have experienced quite a lot of like jabs and pokes, and maybe even just like it just hurts. It's like a collection of experiences that have made you feel defeated over and over again. But the thing is because of the purity of your intent, there's nothing that can defeat it, really. You can't be defeated because this is actually just what your heart is, how it exists in the world, how it exists in you, how it just exists. And so it's actually not being broken, it's not being muddled, it's not being in any way changed or annihilated. It's actually getting stronger. You are actually getting more mature with this energy that you have. And you are now bringing this to the world in a way that is self upholding. You are now realizing that you are the one. You are the one that can bring this to the world in your specific way. And you're just, it's almost like you're just saying, you know, everything that happened in the past, leave it in the past. Just leave everything in the past. All of those harmful things, all of those things that didn't work out, all of those experiences where you felt like things, where people weren't being fair or the circumstances weren't fair. You're just leaving them behind. You're just realizing that it just doesn't matter because this is a new start. Every day is a new beginning. And it's very corny, but it's also very real. You're just realizing I can just start now. And the energy that I have cultivated up until this point, through all of this stuckness and through these redirections and these like winding paths, that purity is still within me. That pure intent is still within me. And now I'm older now. I'm wiser now. I understand the darkness now. I understand my own darkness. I understand the darkness in others. I understand the shadow of the world a lot better now. I've seen what doesn't work. I have processed failure, and I have been transformed by loss. I've been transformed by what hasn't worked, by what has had to die. And I can hold the experience of failure or of something that doesn't work out without it meaning something for me, without it becoming an ego thing. So there's a really, really strong purification process here where you're realizing that what you have to offer is enough, and it has to be brought to the world because you're the only one that can bring it to the world. Amen to that.